to Brown Sugar Confessions. And guess who has returned? Our fearless leader is back. Doc Val is in the house. She is hanging with us tonight. And we got a lot to talk about. It is, if, well, let's rephrase. So, if by the time you are listening to this, was very special day should have passed, and that is Valentine's Day. So we wish to everybody out in Radio Land and YouTube Land, hope you had a happy Valentine's Day. We hope that if you chose to be with somebody, you had a great time. If you didn't chose to be with anybody, we hope you had a peaceful day. We hope you got to eat well, probably drink well, and sleep well. And outside of that, I got nothing for you. So, anyways, if nothing else, as of February 15th, so if you got some candy, or if you didn't get some candy, go get some candy. Take care of yourselves. But we're going to go ahead and get caught up with everybody. KD, how are you doing today?
Hello. Hello, Miss T and Radioland and everyone else. I am doing absolutely fabulous. I decided to wear my pink today for Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. I am really missing my boo, so I've sent him a little care package and that's about it. I'm alone for Valentine's Day, so I'm going to ask all of you listeners to bring some love this way because I'm lonely.
Oh, lots of love to you, girl.
Everybody send hugs and kisses to Miss KD.
Please do.
Until Mr. Chaos Agent comes back.
Yes.
I'm doing amazing.
Oh, Lord.
How amazing is amazing?
Okay, so if you're listening to us, does anybody remember the band Lords of Acid?
No.
Okay, so Doc Val should really know about Lords of Acid because she was there last summer where they're from, watching all the shows and doing all the things. So this is a hardcore Lotus pop acid music band.
What? Those are a lot of words. I'm going to need to go back over that. So a Lotus acid.
She said hardcore. That's automatically 21 and up.
Like there's a lot of adjectives in there.
Oh yeah. So I want one of their most three of their most popular songs is, let's see, Show Me Your Lotus.
So figure out what the key word is.
Yeah, Lotus Lightly. Scripper.
Ooh.
And Let's Drop Some Medicinal Medication so that we can have the best time of our lives.
I'm assuming these are all the radio appropriate versions of the names of these songs.
Oh, they've never been played on the radio.
I've never heard of band music. Miss T, you've heard of it?
I would have to go back through the Rolodex of my brain to figure out if I've actually listened to a song, but I've heard of the band.
Okay.
So I know.
So imagine this.
Yes, hardcore is hardcore.
Imagine 22-year-old Tracy vibing at the club, listening to Lords of Acid, and the lead singer pulls a daisy chain out of her Lotus on stage.
Oh, Lord.
And is whipping it, and is whipping people in the face with it.
Oh.
People are eating it and pulling it out and passing it in the crowd. Well, it's going to be funny because it's right after Cody's amazing with Tommy Shea, so I have to switch gears like real fast.
That is a whole different frame of mind.
Oh no,
girl!
No.
So I think I want to ask Doc Val to teach me how to get into a full latex dress. Because I think that's what I want to wear.
I need to get a latex dress tutorial 101 for everybody.
Yeah,
girl. My gosh. A day pulled it out and people was passing it out.
She was whipping people in the face with it. And they were like, I was like, they loved it. And people were. So I'm going back. It's time. It's time.
This is how you know this was pre-COVID, because pre-COVID was some wild times, man. Wild times.
Oh my God. I've never heard of that. Girl, we need to report. I need to report.
I will do my best.
And that sounds like you also need to take some penicillin or something with you. I don't know. I'm
Just in
just saying,
case.
load up.
Some penicillin, some
I
prep, just in case.
Load
yeah,
up.
I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna be penicillin up. Not that I'm gonna be doing anything, but the hand sanitizer will be everywhere. I'll have my two bodyguards with me. It's gonna be amazing.
Eh,
Lord, Lord, Lord. Video, if possible, sneak a camera in because that sounds like people gonna need shots. But anyway, I'm here for it because that is a whole other level of clubbing.
I should all come up and we should go together and do Brown Sugar Confessions and Layers of Acid.
You know what? That sounds like a good idea.
Oh no,
However,
with
You know,
Doc
now
Val
I'm
in her
thinking.
latex dress.
Now I'm
Just
thinking.
leading us into the charge. I'm
Now
here
I'm
for it.
thinking. Anytime I can put latex on and get it like sucked in, like snatched to the gods,
I think
I'm about it.
for those of you who don't understand what the latex dress is, Doc Val has a picture somewhere running around the wild streets of the internet that is her in this dress that she literally had to get oiled up to get in to like, and it looks like it is literal liquid on her body. It is super tight. The girls are sitting high, you know?
They are.
So if you know what I mean by the girls are sitting high in the dress. So if that picture, if you ever see what that picture is, hopefully at some point in the future, Doc Val will give a lesson or like a free workshop or something that is how to get into a latex dress and make it look like meow, you know?
I, anytime I can wear latex, if I could wear latex to Walmart and not be judged, I would. I just think,
Say less. I'm ordering tickets. Say less. Who
come
wants to
on,
go?
I lost a lot of
Katie, you
weight.
coming? I'm ordering you a ticket.
Girl, that sounds like a good time. So, all right, we need to get some tickets to go up there. What's it called? Lords of Acid. But
Loaves of acid, yes.
but I want to be in the back row. I'm not licking nothing off of nobody. That's all I'm gonna say.
You say that now.
I say that now. Now I might be licking on
You might be
drink.
making
I'm
people
just
lick stuff
saying.
off of her.
I might be licking on
It's like
drink.
they licking
Can
that
we talk
latex
about
off.
drink? Look, I came out the night just to talk about Drake. I don't care about talking to y'all. I want to talk about Drake. Look,
Okay,
Drake.
well, let's get into the hot topic. Tell us about Drake because I saw some of the reaction videos, and Daval, I need you to get close to the mic and give us all the
Okay.
juicy details on it.
So I'm minding my own business, right? Of course, I'm minding my own business. And I open up, and all I hear everyone's talking about Drake. And I'm like, oh, the new album, I guess, or whatever, right? And I go on X, and all I can say
Oh yeah, speaking of
is
X, I do
God
have still have
bless
that.
Drake's daddy. Now the thanks goes to Drake's daddy. It really does. There got to be some DNA. So Drake is laying in bed, I guess, a couch. I don't know where he was. It's like I think it was in bed. I didn't really notice, nor did I care where he was. But all we saw was a little elephant trunk, not even a little elephant trunk, just kind of swinging back and forth. His
Ain't
hand
no
is just
way.
moving back and forth. And now look, if y'all are on YouTube, everyone is Googling it right now. They haven't seen it.
Oh yeah, no, I'm about to look it up. I'm about to look it up right
Now
now.
I'm looking at this elephant trunk and I'm saying, oh my God. No wonder he gets a hold of women. Get it. I get it. But that's a lot of meat to carry. And so we're going to talk about it for a second. So, Drake, you need to listen because this is for you. Because you can put some girls in a hospital.
I
You can
think
have
it's gone.
is it
Like I'm trying
gone?
to look it up because like every time I put in something related to Drake, I get the oops, something went wrong.
Oh,
Either
no.
either
It
the
got
internet is
you
still
down.
broken or it's gone.
Oh, he broke it. He broke the internet. That thing was long and thick, right? So he
Huh?
not only had the girth, he had the length. So for
Oh my.
those that like pressure orgasms, for those that like full body, he can give it to you because he's got it going in both
Well, that
directions.
depends on whether or not he knows how to use it because I'm going to say something personality wise. I just read him as the type of person that he's probably more busy looking at himself like in his reflection than and not actually paying attention to providing the things that
Yeah,
people need. I don't know. I just get that from
Yeah,
him.
but
I
it's
get that.
right.
What do you call that when they're doing it in the corn movies where there's just like that bang 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 bang? I don't see that as, where they're not
Oh,
even
oh,
trying to
oh,
like
oh, oh, oh,
move
oh,
their
oh, yeah,
hip.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
they're
Do you
just
know?
yeah.
like
It's
that.
just that.
Just that
I don't
pound.
get
Yeah.
the vibe that he knows how to properly use his equipment. And I've been with guys that have had and they don't. And I have been with men that do.
Now,
Demon time. Do you understand me? Demon time.
Oh,
let me tell y'all something, right? Because y'all are young. Y'all are in your 30s and 40s. I don't give a good hoo-ha if he don't know how to use it. See, I'm
not
60.
a hoo
I
ha.
don't need him to have skills. I got skills. I'm going to take care of the
You
business.
gonna
He
do all
can
the
lay
work?
there
That's
half
no
limp.
fun.
I don't need him to have skills. I'm going to have the skills. So y'all young. Y'all need someone. I don't need to be buttered up. I don't need it. I know what to do with that thing. I don't need, number one, it's a lot of weight. So he's not going to be hard. He's not. It's going to be a little Lake Placid because it's a lot of weight. He might have to pump it up, might give him a shot, but it might just need a little help because it's heavy. So, for those that don't know, y'all can get a bumper guard. Get a bumper guard because it's not going to hurt your uterus. Get
What's a
that bumper
bumper
guard.
guard?
A bumper
You don't
guard.
know about the bumper
What?
guard? It is used for men that have like like length, like 12 inches and more. There's this guard that they put on themselves so that they do not hit against the uterus. So it's a guard and it's a cushion. So you're not impacted internally because sometimes it can hurt, right?
So you're literally
So
putting a
there
pillow in between you and him
you're
just so
really putting
he
this
doesn't ruin
guard.
your insides.
Exactly. And it is
I am mad at this.
for yes, it is a real thing, and it's. I'm sure right now the stock is, if it's not on the market stock wise, invest in it because it'll go up. Because guys that got these long things, women that have these husbands with long things, they get bumper guards and put them on. The second thing you're gonna need with someone like that, you're gonna need lots of lube. God knows you're gonna need. Now I'm old, so things is happening. Y'all still young. But I'm talking to old women. I'm not talking to you 30 and 40-year-olds. Y'all
I'm
still
done
got. I'm
searching. I
talking
can't find nothing. Dang, can't find nothing, and I can't concentrate.
to 60-year-old women right now. Get yourself some lube. You need some good lube. Don't use coconut oil because you're going to come out with an infection. Y'all know what I say about coconut oil.
Mm-hmm.
Who's
Y'all
using coconut oil?
do not use. Oh my
The
goodness.
people that don't want to
There was a
use, they want to
fad.
do the holistic thing.
Yeah, it was a huge fad. Everyone was using coconut oil for cooking, for hair, for cleansing, and for lube for sex, right? Vaginal lube. It is the worst thing to use for vaginal lube because it changes your pH. But it's okay for backdoor play, anal play. It's okay for that, but not for front door play. So I'm just letting y'all know that video, you know, Drake in my book, he got talent. I'm gonna buy his album. I'm gonna go to his show. I don't care if you know how to use it. It's not my problem. I'm gonna take care of business because I was like, you know what, Drake? And I ain't even mad at it. He wasn't even upset. I saw the
No,
video and
because he leaked it.
He had to
you
be
know,
the one to leak it.
I thought
Yeah,
so
he
as
leaked it
well.
himself. He admitted that.
And there is another video of him in the concert, I guess that same night or the night after he leaked it. And he's talking about the video. He's like, yeah, it looks like I broke the internet. And, now everyone wants to play with my whatever, whatever. And, the girls were just going crazy in the audience. But I will tell you, for those that are long and thick like that, and ladies want to play with those types of men, if you're size queens, we got size queens out there. We don't judge you. We just trying to help you have your fantasy. Get some really good lube, lots of it. You're going to need it. And second, get yourself a bumper card. Save your insides. Save that uterus. Unless you want to be pounded to death. But you don't have to. I'm just letting you know. And have fun. That's all I have to say. And I'm out.
Well, everybody, we're
Our
gonna keep it
messy
So
messy
where
moving.
we
news. We're
going
gonna
with
call
it?
that the messy news.
That was so messy. We're gonna be like, okay, this whole clip is off the air because she went eight. Okay, but anyway,
Oh my goodness. So happy Valentine's Day for all of those who might have been single or wasn't able to get in touch with anybody. Go find that Drake video if it's out there and have some fun tonight. So, moving on, let's talk about some Valentine's Day things. You want to hear some Valentine's Day facts?
yes.
Valentine's Day facts from a couple of different places here. So, we're going to talk about some quick Valentine's Day facts. So, first one, Valentine's Day is a great excuse for people to get together, clearly. Condom companies see up to 70% more sales around Valentine's Day every year. Makes sense because everybody's trying to get down, right?
Mm-hmm.
That 75% of the US population is carrying HPV, which is transmitted from skin to skin contact. So remember, if you are out and about for Valentine's Day, please make sure that you are A, keeping it wrapped up, or B, going to the doctor. Also, make sure you're washing before and after playtime.
Absolutely.
Let's see, what else? Americans spend over $2 billion on candy alone each year.
That's a lot of chocolate.
Also know that chocolate acts as a aphrodisiac.
I did. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Chocolate is
And then the dark
go.
chocolate has some benefits as well, right? The heart benefits,
Mm-hmm.
right? Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's
So
that milk chocolate that gets you.
yeah, milk chocolate and white chocolate aren't really good for you because of the added sugar. Dark
Mm-hmm.
chocolate is good because it releases dopamine and nor can
Norepinephrine.
never pronounce this name. Norepinephrine. You know what I'm talking
Uh-huh.
about, Trees?
Norepinephrine.
That one,
Yep.
thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I am bad at pronouncing things. I
That's all right.
apologize.
That's all right.
That it takes between 90 seconds and 4 minutes to decide if you are into somebody.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Even. Maybe I love at first sight.
I love at first sight, but then I realized I was like, nah, that
No.
wasn't
I've
it.
had lust at first sight. I've had
Yeah.
lust.
What
Yeah,
now? Is
I
that
don't
setting
believe
you?
in love at first sight.
You don't? I do, because that's how I met my husband. It was love at first sight. I
I mean,
did
I
not
think it's
Oh,
believe
real.
it.
It's just not something I've ever experienced, but I've seen people where I'm just like, yeah, yeah,
I
Lust.
felt
but
I
not love
felt
at
that, but
first
like
sight.
not at first sight. You
I
gotta give
wonder
it at
out
least
there.
three to five meetings, and then I'm like, all right, that one.
I wonder in our listening audience, send us an email at brownsugarconfessions@gmail.com if you guys have ever experienced love at first sight. I did not believe it. I was a total skeptical in that phenomenon. But when I personally experienced it, I was like, oh, it is real. And I was not expecting it. I did not look for it. And it is everlasting.
What
It's
did it feel like for you when you had the love at first sight?
I know this is going to be corny, and people, can I tell you the story? Can I have time, really
Yeah,
quick?
tell us a story. I got
Okay,
my drink right here. Let's go.
it's a Valentine's Day story, so I'll talk about love, right?
Oh,
I know, right? So I was in line. I just came back from Africa. I was living in Egypt, and he was coming in from Germany, and we met in a lobby in a hotel. I'm going to do the quick version. And he was staring at me. And I'm sitting here like, I'm jet lagged. I'm looking crazy. I'm like, I know I don't look good for somebody to be checking me out that hard, but I'm
did
like,
you have
whatever.
crunchy hair, Doc Val?
I had,
Around here, getting more facts for this theory that crunchy
I'm
hair
sure,
gets you up
I'm
there.
sure it was crunchy. And I was in the lobby, and he's really staring at me, and so we're checking in side by side at this point. So after we both check in, he turns around and he asked me out for dinner, and I was just kind of like, I looked at him and I said yes, but there was this, and I know this is gonna, no one believes me, but I'm just gonna say it. Okay. There was this chemical change in my brain and in the smell. I can't describe it. It was like something in my nose. It was like there was just a chemical change where I was like, oh my God, this man, totally not my type, not looking for it, but there was a physical sensation, and it had to do with the scent. And I said yes. We went out to dinner that night. So within 2 hours, we're at dinner. He tells me he loves me. I tell him that I love him as well. He then were, and there was no intimacy because he wasn't really checking me out at all. What he was doing was he was in shock. He was on the phone with his sister-in-law, and his brother had died on the way over from Germany to the US when he was on the airplane. And he was getting the call that he had died. And I thought he was just staring at me. So I felt like, my God, I felt like a piece of crap. But I realized it wasn't me, it was him in shock. And that's why he was not really staring. He was just like staring through me. Um, and so I said, "Are you alone?" He's like, "Yes." He was crying. And I said, "I'm just going to stay and just hold you." And so I held him all night. The next day, he says, "I have to go back to Germany, but I want to buy you a locket. I'm going to come back and you're going to be my wife." And that
Dang.
is that is exactly what happened, the short version. And that's now been what, 16 some odd years. And he's been my ride or die ever since. And we'll talk about the die part a little later on.
I have a question. So you said it was, I want to ask this question of you, Doc Val, and then I want to ask it of KD, if I could, please. There was a smell. That's what you said. Like, was it his scent? Was it a cologne? Was it his, do you know what I'm saying? His scent, his pheromones, was that what it was?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't his sense. Um, it was when I looked at him, and it was like there was a chemical change, a smell that came over me. I could smell it in my nose, but it wasn't him. If you're looking on YouTube, I can actually point to where I smelt this change. It was like right here. It was I can never describe it,
It's kind of like in the
but
center of your nose, but it's like a
it was in the
shift,
center of my nose,
Yeah, it's
and
right.
right here. Yes, right where you're pointing.
like right in
And
between your
when,
eyebrows.
yes, a little bit below it. And I, and it was a chemical change within my body. And it had nothing to do with, I don't think it had anything to do with this scent. I just know the change was in my olfactory brain or in my nose. That's where it happened at for me. And I don't believe it had anything to do with his scent because I wasn't that close to him. If you think about how the lines are, this was pre COVID, but you're checking into hotel lobbies, you're not right up on somebody and you're far enough away because you're giving out your credit card info, privacy info, etc. So I wasn't that close up to him to smell him. But when I looked at him, it was just like, it literally took, and number one, took my breath away. But the thing I noticed the most was this change in my own nose. And I was like, oh my God, what is this? And then I'm like, I just loved him from that moment. I knew he was the one from that moment. And I never regretted it. I did not go back to Egypt. And I'm like, we're gonna make it work. And it was a wild ride. But yeah. So I do believe in it. That's our love story. And
No,
Oh
oh, y'all didn't know that about us, huh? Yeah,
no,
that's
yeah,
cute. That's
yeah.
super cute because I met mine and I was just like, yeah, I could have relations with you. Like literally, that was my thought. That
dang.
was my thought. It wasn't like, it was just like, I'd like to see your magic stick. Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
cool. That'd be
Mhm.
cool. That was it. But I do notice that when I'm with them, the first time I actually think I wanted to admit to myself that I had feelings, the scent around myself and them changed, and they smelled good. I'm a Virgo. Most people don't smell good to me.
One I think instinctively that we know is right for us, we know immediately.
Right.
So now
Yeah,
whether we choose to stay with them is a whole different story. Uh,
exactly.
you know that only 3% of mammals mate for life?
You know what?
Termites.
You do. That is sad.
That is sad. But you know what's even sadder is that we got to take a break. So 3%,
Ah,
we don't want any. We don't want only 3% of y'all to come back. We want 100% of y'all to come back.
yes.
So make sure that you guys come right back after this break.
Welcome back to Brown Sugar Confessions. Did you grab your snacks and your drinks? Did you go, take care of all of those important things because, you don't want to have to get back up to go use the restroom. So hopefully all of those things are taken care of because we are in it to win it. Let's go. First, before we do, make sure you like, follow, share, subscribe, all of those things on all of our social media platforms. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us you can find Dr. Val on TikTok. You can find us on YouTube. YouTube's a big one because that's where we post our episodes further down the line. So if you missed us and seeing us, well, actually, no, if you missed hearing us on the radio, you could go back and watch us on YouTube and you could get listen, the full experience.
You heard
If
how
you
she
want to
said that,
see
right?
how I'm staring at you at the moment, then you want to go find us on YouTube, Brown Sugar Confessions. Very simple. That's all you got to do. Type it in. You should find Dr. Val's face on a cover smiling at you. You'll see the rest of us there too. Additionally, if you want to send us an email, if you want to confess to us, then you're going to send an email to brownsugarconfessions@gmail.com. Last but not least, if you have a question for Doc Val herself and you would like to get a consultation or just have a discussion, start a discussion, you're going to send her an email at Valerie at Swan Center. That's SWANN Center.com. I think we took care of all of the niceties, so we're going to hop back into it.
Oh yeah. So, Katie, what were you talking about? There was a challenge going on with some of these men's. Since Drake done threw his inchworm out into the ether, everybody else is trying to throw their inchworms out too. Like we going
L-
fishing? Like what's happening?
Listen, so in the process of trying to find any evidence, photos, video, or whatever I could of the Drake incident, we'll call it Drake Gate,
Drake Gate.
Drake Gate, I stumbled upon a challenge, and apparently they are now calling it the Drake Challenge, where multiple uh, celebrities are now kind of finding creative ways to show us their eggplant. So the one that I stumbled upon was Bad Bunny. I think is that like is he a Latin star? I think
Yeah, he's like
like
a
a
reggaeton performer or a
reggaeton. Yeah,
Latin rapper, if I believe.
Bad Bunny. I think I said it right. So he had a eggplant. It looked pretty chunky. He kept it relatively appropriate for
Mm,
what that's worth. For
okay.
Twitter, you didn't see the full shebang,
I mean,
but
Twitter's kind of wild now that it's run by a supervillain and Twitter doesn't know what it is anymore. So
it is the Wild Wild
everybody is
West.
taking advantage.
Yeah, true. And it's not Twitter, correct. It is now the X, the
The
platform
wingding.
formerly known as Twitter.
Yes.
So I think this is a very interesting challenge because I am going to now run down that rabbit hole and see if I can find which celebrities are joining in on all of these events. So
Oh.
I'll check back in with you guys later with more updates.
Oh, dang. Everybody's trying to get in on this. So, like, this is how we're running. Our Valentine's Day special is just with inchworms flying out of nowhere on the internet. Guess you gotta do what you
Yes.
gotta do. Well, we gonna keep this party going. So, we talked about monogamous animals. So, did you guys know that when you are in love, or if you view a picture of somebody that you love, it increases your levels of oxytocin?
Yeah.
You knew
Yes.
that? I did not know that. And apparently, oxytocin is a natural painkiller. But on the flip side, having a broken heart is an actual syndrome, and it's called stress-induced cardiomyopathy. And it is caused by
Correct.
an emotionally stressful event, such as a breakup, or a sudden case of intense chest pain. So, something to know: if you get your heart broken on Valentine's Day, you might want to go see a doctor. But like for real
Yeah,
though,
that chest pain might not just be sadness. It's very important to make sure you take anything, especially in these days and age, because for some reason, a lot of people seem to be kind of going under with heart conditions. So make sure you take care of yourself. Eat your Cheerios and try to
get some
lower your
cardio in you.
cholesterol. Get your cardio.
Yeah, get your cardio. Like they said in Zombieland, cardio is number one, man. You got to keep that up. But let's talk about some sexy time facts on Valentine's Day. So, on Valentine's Day is the top occasion where people celebrate by trying new things in the bedroom. This was said in a study where 64% of the respondents said that sex on Valentine's Day is more adventurous than normal. So, have you guys done anything adventurous on Valentine's Day?
No.
No, just regular?
Mm,
Just a
no.
regular
Well,
deal?
what's regular? What's regular?
I mean, that is true. What is regular? Dang, now we about to get all philosophical on this Valentine's episode. What is regular for y'all, I guess, is the real question. Like, it's just like, you know what? I feel
Um,
like doing it. Do you feel like doing it? Okay, we're just going to do it here, or we're going to the bed, or is it like, all right, well, we're out to dinner and nobody's looking. You want to do it?
First off, I do not go out for Valentine's Day. I did that
me
once. It was
either.
a terrible experience. I
What
will never
happened?
do that again. It's just too crowded.
Yeah,
I don't like going into restaurants and having to wait an hour and a half before I get seated, and then another hour and a half before my waiter comes to me, and then another hour before my food comes. That makes me very angry, like violently angry.
I can see
So
that.
I prefer to not go out on days. I don't go out on Easter. I try to be careful about going out on Sundays at restaurants because of the Sunday crowds. And I certainly don't do Mother's Day, but Valentine's Day has made the list because the last time I did it, I was like, oh, this is why I don't go out.
So 13% of the people in this one survey also said that they celebrate Valentine's Day by participating in a threesome to spice up their sex life. So apparently Valentine's Day is a day that people like to try something new and outside of what they're normal. So some of them like to either do something adventurous outside the house. They want to bring another person in, but I don't know if bringing a person in on Valentine's Day is the day. I feel like that should be done on like a
I,
Thursday or something, like a normal
I
Thursday.
feel like I feel like if you're doing that on Valentine's Day, that's more about saving the relationship than bringing the relationship close. Do you know what I'm saying?
And
Like that
and
seems
we've
Yeah,
like a
had that
last dish.
conversation. That is not a way, that is the literal way to not save your relationship. You want to not save your
Yeah.
relationship, go ahead and do that. Don't do that. But yeah, no, I
right.
agree. If you're doing that on Valentine's Day, do like it's no longer about y'all. It's no longer about the two of you. Now you're bringing some person who you don't have a romantic relationship with into Valentine's Day. I think that's a terrible idea. That's
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
and
don't recommend.
no, I wouldn't recommend like trying to like bring another person in to your relationship on Valentine's Day. But also, interesting enough, a third of the participants in the study, 36%, said that they felt pressured to have sex because it was Valentine's Day.
That's sad.
Yeah, and I never even thought about it like that, but I guess because, it's supposed to be the day of love, and you go out, and then you make the baby making, and next thing you know, there are Scorpio babies all over the place in a few months. It is what it is. But I'm like, dang, people really do be just trying to get it in just because it's Valentine's Day. I'm single, so I don't really think about it like that. But it's like people really do be stressing out about that, and also with engagements. Like there are some people that like feel like they have to be engaged on Valentine's Day. I personally never understood it, but I guess it's because it's the love holiday, the quote unquote love holiday.
But it's not even a real day. It's manufactured to, like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, so you
Yeah.
want to celebrate love on a manufactured day. It's just, it has a weird vibe to me. And I really feel some kind of way about all these people that feel pressured to have sex. If you feel pressured, don't do it. I know it's easy for me to say, right? I know it's
Mhm.
easy for me to say. But if you feel pressured to do something, you're not doing it for the right reasons. And you are opening your psyche and mental health up to issues that you may not even be conceiving at that moment because you're trying to people please someone else. I don't know. I've never viewed Valentine's Day as like a big day. I feel it's, for me, because I have children, I feel it's more a holiday for me to be extra supercilious with them, with like the weird stuff and the chocolate covered strawberries, and like that's for them. It's, I've never really celebrated Valentine's Day. Like
Right.
Katie said, I'm not going out. I don't want to deal with people. I'm trying to get my food and go home and watch cartoons.
You know what's funny? I saw on one astrology lady's Instagram, and it makes a lot of sense now that I'm thinking about it in retrospect, where she was like, Valentine's Day shouldn't be in February because Valentine's Day is more of a Taurian situation. Like it should be in Taurus season and not in Aquarius season. I'm like, you know what? That makes
It makes more
absolutely
sense.
a ton of sense because Taurians are sensual, they're loving, they're borderline hedonistic, but Uranus is not about that. Uranus is about the group thing. Like they're about like, being a part of the collective. They're about like, emotional detachment. They're about, I am here for the betterment of the world. I ain't worried about these chocolate covered strawberries. These chocolate covered strawberries could kick rocks. I don't even like chocolate. That's like the Aquarian side. I feel like it's definitely a Taurus thing. It's definitely a Taurus thing. There's way
Yeah.
more home I can't even say the word. No, not homeliness, but sensuality type. You know what I mean?
But
That's
if we're
my
also talking about that, think about the people that feel like they need to have a threesome for Valentine's Day. That seems like some Taurus stuff.
yeah.
Like, when I say it, I want you to understand that it's not the way that you're thinking about it.
It's sensual.
Think about it. It's
It's
sensual. It is,
sensual.
yeah, it is a very sensual thing, and
Y'all be putting the
I
sin in
don't see
sensual.
Aquarians like that. I don't really see that. I'm going to
I
be
feel
completely
attacked.
honest.
I'm gonna sit over here and eat my grass before I get ready to charge because I
I
feel
feel like
very attacked
Aquarian
right now.
I feel like Aquarians are more about the weirdness, and they
Mhm.
would be like that picture of Ice Cube, but it would have a sparkler in the peach. And I feel like that's just what Aquarians are doing. Just really feel like that. I feel
Ain't
like
nothing to drink. I ain't got no
I
drink no more for this.
and when I say Tauruses are more sensual, I'm going to tell you. Have you ever heard when a Taurus talks to you and they're really paying attention to you? That is some of the most sensual. They're talking to you about making spaghetti, and you just like, yo, did she just say put that noodle where?
Yep,
You
that.
can't tell me that. You
That right
can't
there.
tell me. You was telling me make spaghetti and meatballs. Now I'm got my legs up on my by
Like
my ears, and it's a
officer, I don't
Tuesday.
know what
What
happened to my
happened?
drawers. I don't know what happened to my
What
drawers, officer. We
happened?
were talking about spaghetti.
It's Tuesday at 4:30. Here I am. I have to go with it at that point.
Listen, it's too late to
So I'm
turn back.
here.
It's too late to turn back now. I'm ready.
I don't know what y'all talking about. Be honest.
Now I
But
know y'all
anyway,
just heard that. Welcome back to Brown Sugar Confessions. Yeah, y'all heard that voice. Don't play with me.
for those of y'all who are Still in the Valentine's Day mood. Please excuse me while I get myself together real quick. Here are some things that you can do to spice things up in the bedroom. So, number one, do some math. So, in this case, think about it like when we say do some math, give yourself and your partner space and time to kind of figure out what it is you guys want and how you're going to get there, learn, plan, you know, do something like make a Venn diagram or something where he's like, okay, this is what I want, this is what they want. What is it that we want that is similar that we can do together? And that's the spicy time that you do for Valentine's Day because you want both parties to be happy. If both parties are not happy, don't do the thing. Like we said previously, there is a third of people who feel like they are being pressured for sex on Valentine's Day. You don't want somebody who's pressured to have sex on Valentine's Day because if they feel pressure, they're not going to want to do it. The island is going to dry up. There is no water to support the plants. The inchworm is going to die. If you get my drift. So
Yeah.
make sure it's something that you're both enjoying, okay? Number 2, get inspired. Read some books. Watch some videos. There's some great ones on Netflix if you know where to look. uh find the Drake challenge, something, I don't know. Find something that inspires you. Something that inspires you to get in the mood. All right. Third one, set the mood. Eat something nice, wear something sexy, do something that makes you feel confident and loving so that you are ready to do what it is that you guys want to do. So once you set the mood, number 4, stay in the mood. Number 5, lube. Make sure it's nice and wet and slippery and all of this good stuff. Things are falling where they're supposed to be. And like Doc Val said, don't put that coconut oil in your nether regions. It stays in the kitchen. It stays in the kitchen and it on the outside of your skin, not the inside. It's a public safety announcement. Put the coconut oil down. But outside of that, playtime. 6 and 7. 6 is playtime. 7 is the ties that bind. So this is a perfect time if you guys are trying something adventurous that you both agreed on. It might involve some toys, might involve some restraints. As KD said, you guys might not want to go out to dinner, or at least one of y'all did, and the other one is incapacitated. We don't know. These are fun times to try new things. So make sure the things that you guys are trying, make sure one, that they're safe for both parties, and 2, that you are enjoying them, and 3, that you know what you're doing. This is not the time to just try something random. Like, you know what? I got some zip ties and a banana. This is not the time for that unless y'all agreed ahead of
No,
time. Unless you
no.
agreed ahead of time. This is not the time for surprises.
So I shouldn't spring up a random banana.
We are not
Un-
playing the game What You Gonna Do. We are not playing that game. Unless you guys planned for it ahead of time. Do an episode of playing that game. That was a great game.
that was a great game. I wonder how
That
those
was
ladies are
fun.
doing. That sounds like, to me, that does sound like a perfect Valentine's Day game.
I mean, yeah. And then the last thing was doing something that's shared. And this is one thing that I think a lot of people don't actually think about, especially when it comes to toys, that there are toys that are beneficial for both partners. So this might be a time to like get you something that you can do on one person, and it also gives you a little bit of a flavor, we'll call it that. And that's how you spice it up for Valentine's Day.
I got
Anything
Sounds
a
you guys want to
fun.
question.
add? What's up?
I got, have y'all ever seen? Okay, I got to word this for radio.
Oh,
Have y'all seen that toy that is an eggplant ring, but it has the little juddy thing that comes off for the? Have y'all used that?
I have not. It kind of terrifies me. I've seen it and
Do
I'm
it.
Mm-mm.
I'm curious, but I'm equally terrified.
I'm gonna tell you, do it.
Oh,
You talking about the one that like has the vibrator thing on the
it
bottom
does.
of it?
It does.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
It
yeah,
does
yeah.
this thing.
Yeah. Get it. Get it.
Does that thing?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Get that thing. Get that thing. I'm gonna tell you, uh the left leg of mine shook like I was a little baby puppy, happy in
Not a
my
baby
dream.
puppy.
Not a baby puppy. How old was this
It went
baby
like this.
puppy?
It went,
Oh, my.
yeah. Okay. And the other thing is make sure your windows are shut when you do that.
Oh no.
Um,
You gonna make noises, huh? Oh no. I don't think I live in an apartment, ma'am. I don't need that.
I live on a largest part of land, and the neighbor heard.
Oh,
But I'm telling you, that thing was magical. It was.
shit.
What's popping?
And what I'm gonna tell you is men, stop being afraid of using toys. Men, the toys are not replacing you; they are enhancing the situation. And let's be completely honest. There was a gentleman on TikTok who said it best. You would be embarrassed by the way about the way your woman partner feels about intimacy time with you because she cannot be honest because she is sparing your feelings
Hmm.
because you are not doing an adequate job. And if you just simply add in an additional toy, you would help it out so much
Hmm.
that she could stop thinking about that man with the 8 inch, 9 inch, and concentrate on your 5 inch because you're doing proper stimulation.
Listen, she ain't gotta worry about Aubrey Jean or whatever his real name is, cause she got you.
Aubrey, right? Ah!
I don't know what the rest of his name is. I just know that one part.
But that toy is amazing.
Oh, okay.
Is amazing.
Miss
Do
T,
it.
we
I
have
must.
just a few more minutes. Did you have any more for us, or is that the
No,
end of it?
I think that is it for us today in our Valentine's Day roundup. So yeah, we gonna have to go ahead and slide out, huh?
We are almost at that slide out time, but let's do a recap. So they, for our listeners, what's like the summation of like how if you are doing your Valentine's Day, like what's the summation overall for the theme
Hmm.
here?
Let's see the summation. And make sure it's something that you and your partner enjoy. Threesomes are probably not the best time for the event for today. Make sure that you and or your partner do not feel pressured to have sex. Enjoy each other's time. Dark chocolate is the best chocolate, especially for Valentine's Day and getting you in the mood. Um,
Don't eat
hope
asparagus.
don't eat asparagus. Please don't eat asparagus. Save that for the 15th when you gotta deal with your side piece. What else? Mm. Oh, whatever videos of Drake are gone as of right now. But there is a Drake challenge, so see if your favorite male celebrity is doing it. You never know. At this point, everybody's throwing their inchworms on the internet. That's what all I got. What about you, Trees?
Uh, check your heart. If you
Oh
get your
yeah.
heart broken, get your heart checked. Uh, um, be honest about your feelings about what this holiday really means to you. If it's not important, don't stress yourself out about it.
And if you really real
Um,
celebrate Valentine's Day in Taurus season.
that part, that part. Um, you said it, plan, dark chocolate, all of that good stuff. And I can the only thing I can say is just be honest. Be honest about who you are and what you want.
All right,
That's
and
it.
last but not least, stay safe and play safe. Guys, thank you for listening in tonight. We will see you this time, same bat channel, Brown Sugar Confessions. Have a great night.
Good night, everybody.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Brown Sugar Confessions on Power 1017. Go to our Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram page at Brown Sugar Confessions to like, share, and follow. Stay safe and play safe. We'll see you next week. Bye for now.